Let's say you come across a Chromebook that looks like this. There are a few red flags here that should alert you to something is not right with this Chromebook. Number one, there's nothing in here that says anything about it being enrolled into your domain. And more importantly, right next to the shutdown button here, it says browse as guest. If a student can browse as a guest, that means that there are zero restrictions. This Chromebook is not being monitored or even filtered by our system at all. So there's a critical set of steps that you need to take to make sure that we re-enroll this or get this Chromebook enrolled into your system so that students stay safe and secure. When you find a Chromebook like this that you need to re-enroll, the first thing we actually have to do is power wash this device. And to do that, you're going to actually have to hold down the escape, the refresh, and the delete or power button tool right here, all at the same time, all three together. So this, and that all at the same time. When you press all three of them, it'll go dark for a second, but then it should boot back up in what's called developer mode. In this developer mode is where we're going to actually do the power washing. Developer mode should look like this, where it's asking you to put in a recovery stick or something like that. Don't worry about this part. Instead, go down here and hit Control, hold down Control and hit D, like that. It will change your screen to look like this, and it asks you to hit Enter. Go ahead and hit Enter. And now it will go black again for a second, and it will boot back up in another new mode after this. The mode should look like this, and it's asking you to press the space bar, which is what we want to do. Then you have to hit Enter again. And now your system is going to reboot, it says. And when it reboots, it's going to do a complete power wash of the system. And you should be back to the normal enrollment screen where you can actually enroll this device into your domain. So it's working on rebooting and going through the developer mode. And when it's all done, it will look like a regular screen. It will say, let's go. Here we are back at the let's go mode. And so the first thing you're going to have to do is click let's go. And then you're going to have to connect it to a Wi-Fi that you can see. You don't have to connect it to the student Wi-Fi at this point. You just have to connect it to any Wi-Fi. It even could be a hotspot from your phone. As long as you know the password and the SSID, you can get into that Wi-Fi, and then we'll enroll the Chromebook, and the Chromebook will automatically attach itself to the student Wi-Fi. Once you are done connecting to the Wi-Fi and going through any of the necessary updates, it should land you on a page that looks a lot like this, where it says sign into your Chromebook. Do not sign into your Chromebook at this time because that will actually ruin the enrollment. Instead, what we want to do is we want to change this sign-in screen to the enrollment screen by doing Control, Alt, and E together. So I'm going to do that here. And you'll notice that this will change for a second. It looks very, very similar to the login screen, but now it says Enterprise Enrollment. At this point, you can just put your Google school username, so your email, and your password in, and it will enroll it into your school system. When you're all done, feel free to let Newline know that you enrolled a new Chromebook, and we'll make sure that it goes in the right organizational unit. And you are completely done with the process, and now it should be safe to hand out to students. Now it should look like this, where it says that it's enrolled by your domain. It might even have an autofill for your domain. It should even say that the Chromebook is managed by your domain. And most importantly, the guest mode is all gone now, keeping your students and your information safe.